Hey guys, happy Halloween! Hulk with Jacob Comics. Nah, you probably can't hear me very well, but Hulk, we're gonna introduce the book, the one book this week, a very light week, Amazing Spider-Man 60. Alright guys, so you can at least hear me a little bit better. Trying to get into the Halloween spirit, as always. Happy Halloween tomorrow, and happy New Comic Book Day, October 30th, 2024. I hope all you guys found all your books in your cubby, on the new comic book shop wall, wherever you guys get your books. I hope you found all the books you were looking for this week. I know I did. There was only one book that came. I think it was I feel like it was a really light week for everybody, and I was kind of surprised that there wasn't some more horror titles that came out this week. But yeah, if I missed out on anything cool that you guys grabbed, as always, hit up in the comments below what you grabbed. I ended up just getting Amazing Spider-Man 60 as usual. I did read it, so lights, very light, very very light spoiler review on the book. I didn't, there wasn't anything else this week, so I guess this ends up in the #1 spot this week for lack of any any contenders. And so this is the last issue for the Zeb Wells run, and maybe John Romita Jr. I'm not sure if it's John's last, but it was okay. I don't know. I kind of all this setup, and I'm not sure it was really the greatest of payoffs. The story just kind of felt like it just came to a close, and maybe moved some characters to where they could possibly have interesting storylines going forward. Now, it is not a full one story throughout the issue. It's a thicker book. I think it's 60 pages, something like that. But there's 4 or 5 different stories in there. The very last one being by the new creative team, which honestly, guys, I wasn't really that impressed with the teaser for the new creative team. I was just kind of like, oh, we're doing that. That's okay. All right. I don't know why. I'm not excited about it, and the art didn't get me really that amped either. And I don't know, I kind of felt like, at least with this very, very final issue, let's get the Halloween costume off if it's bothering anybody. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I can't say I was really feeling this issue. It definitely could have easily been topped if there had been any competition this week. But it is what it is. I just picked up Amazing Spider-Man 60. Was the only, but I think it's the 5th Wednesday. You know, when we get these 5th Wednesdays, hardly anything comes out. How they're trying to do Amazing Spider-Man twice a month a lot of times. I think that's how we got this, but it was okay. I think the cover's really cool, this John Romita Jr. cover. Some of the interiors by John Romita felt slightly rushed, I guess. Even though he didn't have more than about 10 pages. We did set up something that I've been waiting like this entire run and should be excited about, but I feel like it's something that should have been set up like, how many issues in are we? 60? Oh my goodness. It should have been set up 50 issues ago or sooner, and it wasn't. And something that could have been expanded upon more, and I think people would have got people more hyped about this run. But he left without spoiling it, he left a dangling plot thread from the last writer and the last creative team that he just kind of never really did anything with, and then decides in his final issue he's going to do something with it that's interesting, but it's only a setup of maybe interesting. And so it's like, what are you even doing? You're like trying to set up the other writer for, I don't know. I don't know why if you really wanted this to be a part of your run, do it. You should have done it earlier. It's kind of like what I've been one of the big things that a lot of us have been waiting for, I think, this whole time. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't read it yet, but if you've read the issue, I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what I have today, guys. The end of the run was kind of anticlimactic, right? Because I felt like we were really leading up to something good, and at the end we just got nothing good. And so, except a completely other thing that he should have done a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, but you should have done that a long time ago. And now, if the next creative team decides to pick that up, which, gosh, I hope they do, then you didn't, I don't know, man, just overall his run gets the thumbs down from me. I'm sorry. It was okay. And it's sad, it's kind of sad that John Romita Jr.'s probably final run here on Amazing Spider-Man is going to be marred by the fact that Zeb Wells kind of really didn't have much of a story to tell. And he had one good through line, but then the rest of it, there was a lot that just makes no sense and still makes no sense. And now the next creative team has to try to pick up the pieces and figure out how to put the playset back together. So that's what I have today, guys. Hey, as I said earlier, happy Halloween. Hulk wants you to have a happy Halloween. I'm gonna definitely be out trick-or-treating with the kids. Well, we'll see you guys next time, and have a great day.